All right, what's going on, guys? Tony here. So in this video, I'm going to show you how a $50 per visit reimbursement by United Healthcare can turn into an exceptionally profitable long-term client for your private practice. Now, I've been fond of saying, don't let your inefficiencies as a business owner penalize your clients. What do I mean by that? Classically, we would be in network with a payer. The only thing we would provide would be covered physical therapy services. You can't operate a profitable practice at $50 reimbursement if you're only selling covered physical therapy services. That is your inefficiency as a business owner. Plus, we know as clinicians, the patient would benefit from far more than just physical therapy services. I've had clients, and I bet you also have had clients, that will come see me for a physical therapy treatment, then 5 minutes later, after therapy, walk upstairs and pay out of pocket for a massage therapist to work on their back. And I think to myself, I'm like, we just did 40, 50 minutes of physical therapy for your low back. Why are you going to spend $80 on a private pay massage therapy session? But in the client's mind, they're completely separate interventions. So identifying what the client wants, what the client needs, identifying what the payer is paying for, and then deciding as a business owner if you're gonna go in business to support what the client wants and need, or if you're only in business to sell units of therapy to a third-party payer. That's where you decide, am I gonna be successful? How hard of a road ahead do I have? So let's take a look at some actual numbers. I know it's one thing to talk theory. Let's look at actual numbers and how this translates into a potentially profitable scenario. Okay, guys, look at my screen. So right here, what we're looking at is a screenshot on the right of a claim that was processed by United Healthcare here in Ohio. We're capped at a maximum reimbursement of $50. You can see on this was 3 units of therapeutic exercise, billed at a total rate of $120. You can see the patient responsibility. So this particular plan had a $15 copay. Patient paid $15. The third-party payer, in this case United Healthcare, paid $35, and the contract adjustment was $70. So $70 was just wiped off. It was a discount. Another date of service, same individual. So if you look back here, these are really old claims. This was date of service October 1st, 2015. This follow-up one, October 15th, 2015. You can see in this case, 2 units of manual therapy, patient responsibility, $15 again, insurance payment, $35, contract adjustment, $30. So $50 total reimbursement between the $15 paid by the patient, the $35 paid by the payer. $50 for, 3 units, in this case 45 minutes, in the other case 30 minutes. How do we make that profitable? Now, you can absolutely make a case to say, look, 30 minutes, $50, that's $100 an hour. That's not unreasonable. A clinic should be able to operate profitably for that kind of reimbursement, and I agree. But let's look at the big picture. So this individual comes to you as a referral. They're coming to you from one of the most trusted sources in a person's personal network, their physician. The doctor said, go see this physical therapist, or go see a physical therapist, however it is. Find somebody in your network. That is the classic scenario, right? So this individual is coming to you already sold, already convinced on the value you will provide, because the doctor said, go to physical therapy. Now you perform the evaluation, you perform a handful of treatments depending on your clinical findings, and now you're in a position to really determine what will this patient benefit from. Now in a case like this, let's look specifically at goodness, I can't talk today, sorry guys. Let's look specifically at massage therapy. You've been working with this individual, you've determined that they would benefit from massage therapy. You've determined manual therapy is no longer medically necessary, no longer a covered service, whether we're talking Medicare or other third-party payers, the guidelines are similar. So what are the options? Well, if you bring an LMT into the business, whether it's a mobile operation or in a brick and mortar clinic, let's look at some actual financials. Over here on the screen, again, you can see a 60-minute massage session. Let's say a private pay rate of $80. I'd say that's pretty reasonable across the country. Some places are going to be more, some bigger cities, some more rural areas might be less. $80 for an hour of massage therapy, pretty reasonable. $20 tip on top of it, $100 for the experience. I think we're within the norms. If you're doing a 60-40 split, now there's lots of different ways you can compensate a massage therapist. That should be a whole separate video if you're interested. Let me know in the comments of this video and I'll produce a video on compensation. But let's say you're gonna do a 60-40 split on the cost of the massage, but the clinic is not gonna take any percentage of the tip. So what does something like that look like? The massage therapist collects $32 if they're receiving the 40%, but they're receiving 100% of the tip. So total paid to the massage therapist in this situation is $52. That's a pretty good hourly rate when we're looking at massage therapy, the level of expertise, the level of experience, especially one that's working in a clinic for you. You know, certainly massage therapists working on their own, gaining their own private experience, they're gonna make more than that per hour. There's a limit to the number of hours in a week they can work, but $52, it's a great hourly rate for an LMT who isn't spending money on marketing and business generation, business administration, and other parts of it. So the clinic takes 48, the LMT takes 52. When we look at it, and I think I reversed my numbers here. No, I got it right. When we look at this, the LMT on a weekly basis, if they're doing 20 sessions, they're generating $1,040 on a weekly basis, $54,000 a year for 20 hours, 20 sessions. The clinic weekly revenue is almost $1,000. It's $960. So looking at this, the whole idea is we're taking that referral that came in. If it's appropriate, if we determine as a clinician that this will be a great option, or if the patient, imagine this, if the patient just says, hey, I want to buy a massage. I like the way massage feels and I want to pay out of pocket for massage therapy. Do you offer that? Absolutely. Here it is. These are the rates. So this client has been brought into our ecosystem because of the participation in the contract and because of the physician referral. Two very important components to growing your business. Yes, perhaps we lose money on the physical therapy side of things, but now if we're offering these other services, we're generating upwards of $1,000 a month, $50,000 a year for services that we are not involved with in any capacity. We're not providing the massage. We're not billing insurance for the massage. This is all direct self-pay. And again, there are some really creative ways you can develop a compensation strategy around this, where this would be a conservative low number end to what kind of money could be coming in. If you guys want to learn more about it, tell me, I'll make new videos. Coming down here, looking at it again, another option, if we didn't want to just offer 60-minute, 1-hour massages in a room, we do something called a recovery massage. It's basically, depending on the amount of time the therapist wants to do it, it's a 15-minute or a 20-minute manual massage treatment. It's done usually over the clothing. It's done out in the gym. It's done before or after a workout, a therapy session. It's typically paid for out of pocket. So like these numbers here, a massage therapist could technically do 4 in an hour, 15-minute sessions. Think of it like a chair massage. That's really the best way to look at it. Sports massage, chair massage, $25. They're generating $100 an hour in revenue. If they're doing 12 hours of this a week, you're looking at $1,200 a week. 60-40 split here, perhaps the LMT in this case, because there's no tips when you're doing something like this, The LMT might be taking the 60%, you might be taking the 40%. That comes down to, for 12 hours a week, $720 going to the LMT, $480 a week coming into the clinic. You know, if I was gonna do this on an annual basis, that times 52, that's still almost $25,000 a year for services you are not directly rendering. Do you realize that? Like the power of that? Everybody talks about passive income and all this, you know, this is a version of passive income. You are not treating patients, yet you're generating $25,000 a year in income. Just let that sink in a minute. You know, and then the take home, like obviously the LMT is generating $60 an hour take home pay. That's great money. You know, if you're doing a 60-40 split, 60% go into the LMT, 40% go into the clinic. So I just want you to understand, could you market that directly to the consumer? 100% yes. You could put money into Facebook, you could put money into Google Ads, you can put money into newspapers and YouTube videos and all this stuff. And you can say, hey, look, we have these amazing services, you know, one-on-one licensed massage therapist for 60 minutes, or this sports recovery massage for 15 minutes. You can do that. And you can do them both. You can be part of a third-party payer network that might not pay you what you're worth, but if you're looking at the big picture, you're seeing 12 months, 36 months, 60 months, this could potentially be a lifetime client, right? What's the lifetime value of this individual? It's just insane how effective this strategy can be. Okay, guys, I'm not trying to sell you on participating with third-party payers. It makes no difference to me whether you decide to do it or not. There's absolutely great clinicians running 100% cash-based practices with no third-party payer participation. I just want some of you to see that there are additional options. There's other ways to do it, this being one of them. Guys, as always, thanks so much for your support. Thanks for watching the channel, and I'll catch you on the next video.